Jai Baba, everyone. We'll start with a short prayer.
Beloved Avatar Meher Baba ki Jai. Beloved God, help us all to love you more and more and more, and still yet more, till we become worthy of union with you. And help us all to hold fast to Baba's Daman till the very end. Avatar Meher Baba ki Jai. Avatar Meher Baba ki Jai. Avatar Meher Baba ki Jai. Thank you, Baba.
Jai Baba, and welcome everyone. We are starting another Thursday evening session. Sam has been conducting these Thursday sessions for maybe more than a couple of decades, but today Sam is not around, so I take over. We have four speakers today. We start off with Dhruv Shirpurkar, and then we have Zeenia and Maharukh Dalal, and then to wrap it up will be Anaita Kerawalla. So we begin with Dhruv. Dhruv, it's all yours. And first introduce yourself, and then you talk about your books, your journey with beloved Baba, and everything else that you would like to say. Go ahead, Dhruv, all yours.
Jai Baba everyone. So I'm Dhruv Shirpurkar. I'm 24 years old and I'm from Thane. I graduated from Mumbai University in economics. Then I'm a writer and poet and I've written two books till now. So both of them, especially the second one, is dedicated. My second book is dedicated to Baba. My first book is a collection of articles that I wrote earlier, and some of them are dedicated to Baba. So this is my first book, Solace, and this is my second book, Journey. So this so uh, before I continue, I would like to give a small background. So I have a rare genetic condition called Duchenne's muscular dystrophy. It causes progressive wastage of muscles, that is, they break down on their own, and that causes muscle weakness of those related of the lungs, the heart, and my and muscles that help us move. And this leads to increasing disability and limited lifespan. So giving this background because like this medical condition, earlier I was quite neutral about it, but now I see it as a blessing given by Baba because it it gives a different perspective when we consider all the health issues, the challenges, and the limited lifespan. That aspect, this changes everything. Gives you a different perspective. Normally, you just you know like I don't come from very deeply spiritual family, so for us, normal material things are like important, and then later spiritual or religious things come. So normally, I would have just focused on my career, studies, everything. But now a different perspective makes you think more about what life is about, what gives it meaning, and not just doing things from the materialistic point of view. Because in the end, that is not what gives us happiness. And also, consequence of these health issues is that I have ended up living a secluded life. Like it has been, Baba has through this condition, remove all distractions that that can keep my focus away from him. So, for example, when you say like socialization, people of my age don't have quite a lot of socialization and go to various events and all that. But due to my health issue, my socialization is very less. I have friends, but there's limited interaction. So the point being that so instead of having any form of distraction, what I have is full focus on Baba. Like it would be wrong to compare similar when I read about the women mandal in the early days in Hyderabad, sort of secluded life they lived. It is similar. That when I look at like the life that they lived was so tough, and here things Baba had made us so easy. Well, made things so easy for me, and made things easy for me in spite of all these restrictions, and all these restrictions just like how they help them, the women Mandiri folks, remain solely focused on Baba. Similarly, they are also helping me up. So, so in so basically, I in brief I'll to share how I came into Baba's fold. So I first read about my mother actually read about Baba in a book, and she got interested, and so eventually like we were going to Shirdi, so we decided that we'll try to go to Mehrabad. So we tried once, but we got lost, and then when coming back, we did eventually make it to the Samadhi. And when I reached the Samadhi, I immediately felt that this is where God resides. I didn't know what who Baba was, because I had not read, I had just heard from her. So it must be someone, I don't know. I'm not interested in these things. And but it was love in first sight, you might say. But the problem was like I was a bit stupid, because at that time, when you have, as I said, that I have this medical condition, so naturally, friends, family, they all some a lot of concern suggest go there, do that, go to this saint or this someone. So because of that, I was a bit skeptical of it. And even though I felt and had full faith in Baba, from the very first minute, I was like denying to myself only that no, I go there, I go to Mera because I feel peaceful there, not because I have faith or anything. And it was what can an arrogance or something on my part. I continued denying that, even though I felt attracted to Baba. And I regularly, visited the Samadhi. Baba just changed things around during COVID. So it's not as if he was not working on me. Like the I had a personality of where I would, try to prove people wrong. That if anyone says you cannot do this because you have this problem, I would say to hell with it. I will prove you wrong. But eventually I went mad in that process. So I was becoming bitter and just denying my limitations, which at one point you cannot deny. The first thing that Baba did was like break that chain, made me realize this and decide to do something for myself. So that's how I decided to study economics. So anyway, so basically, slowly Baba was changing me, and this all came to a climax during COVID because there was lockdown and things were very difficult. So I was at home. Everyone was at home, and you cannot go out, and there's continuous fear. Especially in my case, I was very susceptible to severe COVID. So severe case of COVID. So it was a very difficult time for me emotionally. And in that, suddenly a thought comes. It comes from deep within me. It's like, how many births more? I've come, I live, I'll die. And again, the same process, same cycle is going to continue. And this was not just intellectual. It felt deep, as if it was a deep knowing. How you know that, how can I say, Hmm, like how you know something by experience. That like, when if you're going to sleep today, you're going to wake up tomorrow. Like how you know that by as a fact. That's how I felt it. That this more and more birds, and this really changed me. So then let's say when it is, how we say, when we are thirsty, then only we seek the water. So like Baba just brought that thirst in me to find more meaning to life. What is beyond all this? What is the reality? There's some point to all this taking births and all that. And I knew that the purpose was to know oneself as God. And that's when I really accepted Baba. I had already accepted, but when I stopped that nonsense about trying to deny my faith, and that's how things changed. So I used to write earlier. I used to write a blog and meaning motivational, philosophical things I used to write. But ever since that the thought came, I took Baba. Started reading about Baba, then trying to live by his words, and that changed my writing. So it became more spiritual, more related to Baba's words, Baba's explanations. So, and because at this point I had finished my graduation, so now I knew that I couldn't work in the normal or corporate environment because of my health limitations. I could have earned money other ways like shares and everything, but I just felt deep within me that this is not for me. I have to focus only on Baba and, and do his work. Because for me, my writing is not what I write. I feel that it is Baba's. Deep within me, I know that it is Baba who is the writer, and it is his work. So that's why I decided to dedicate all my energy and efforts to Baba and to his work. And I don't know what or for what purpose, and that is none of our business. It is his work, he knows best. So it turned out to be a wise decision because after that my health deteriorated quite a bit. So now it is deteriorating continuously. So now the situation, either I can dedicate my energies to doing what everyone else does, or I can do what, or I can seek Baba and focus on serving him in whatever little way, whatever little opportunity that I'm getting. It's either the zero sum game. It's either this or that. It's always this. Even in normal situations, it is in the condition that I am, where things might turn wrong anytime, and like a life-threatening situation can come anytime. And it is like uh, very much certainly going to happen sooner or later. So in this, actually, you are going to do what gives you happiness, and there's what greater joy than to serve Baba, try to please him, and dedicate my life to him. So this is how the first book came, Solace. So at that time, this was just a mix of other articles, personal stories, and the philosophical, sorry, spiritual topics. But and, and anyway, then my poems. Actually, my poems are an interesting story because see, I'm not a poet. In school, I had to write some nonsensical poems for the compulsory poetry competition. But see how Baba works. Like like he doesn't choose the ones who are capable. Rather, he makes you capable of doing his work. So suddenly, one fine day, there was a super moon or something, and I felt inspired to write a poem. And it was like dedicated to the moon. But here I was considering moon as Baba, and how I would, sing to him or write to him. So I sent it to a few people, some Baba lovers that I knew. So one of them was Dr. Anne. Dr. Anne from France in Ahmedabad. She was, I think she had come for the Bombay Center program as well. So I sent her and she said that it was nice. But in all honesty, she said that she is not good at poems. So she said, guided me to Lauren Brown from Australia at the Doctor's Abode. So she was in close association with Francis Brabazon uncle. So she told me you contact her. I sent my poems to Lauren and immediately we sort of became pen friends. We have become pen friends. And then she started because she herself is a poet, and then she started on how to improve my poetry. She didn't give me much guidance, like guidance. She gave me a few points on what, in her opinion, or rather, like based on Francis Uncle's poems, what makes a good poem. And she sent me that, and slowly I started working on it. And just like let's see again, it's Baba who's doing the work. Like if you are not a poem writer, given any points, any person you cannot write. But here I was writing poems. And all of my poems are dedicated to Baba. So anyway, that's how the first book came. So after the first book, I was like, okay, it's okay, first book is done. Let's see, maybe we think about writing another maybe later, because this is all self-published. We didn't go to a traditional publisher. For the first book, I didn't get. So I thought, okay, let it be. And I'll continue writing anyway. And then I put all articles and poems on my blog. And I continue sharing on Facebook and all. The book was never in my thoughts, but suddenly, mom suddenly felt that she that let us make a book. As I was like, okay, we'll see, and she was quite insistent. So I said, okay, fine, I will gather everything together and write another book. So I tried once, I felt ill. So I tried second time, I got admitted for pneumonia. So after that, we were like, no, some gadbad is there. So no, nothing for the book. But still, she, after some time, she again was like, she got an urge. You need to do it. What I do. But I said, okay, I did this situation about. At least make a collection for me, for my collection. I said, okay, that I can do that. Let's do that. But when I started working, we suddenly got this urge again that this is now do or die. And you either do it now, it's gone. I also started thinking that no, if this is Baba's work, it has to be done. And that's how this book came into being. So this was a self-published. This time I didn't bother about going to the publishers because, to be honest, I felt intuitive that Baba doesn't want me to do so. Like, what I did realize eventually was that it would entail a lot of work, like going to book events and this that, and it is book signing events or all those things. But this was not going to be possible for me physically. Then what other reason was that I didn't know. But I felt deeply that Baba doesn't want me to go down that path. So that's why I said I'm going to self-publish. So as it turns out now, I feel that the first book was like a training ground for me. Get the idea on how to go about it. And this second book is what really is Baba's work. So my second book journey is a collection of articles and essays and poems which I have dedicated to Baba and which are on my journey to him to find meaning and real happiness to him, in him, in him, and also um, essays inspired by his words. Then another reason why I say that I feel this is Baba's work because primarily whenever I read my poems or essays, I feel that there is no way I can write this, and I am not that great. I don't have only that maturity or akal to write all this. I know that not just intuitively I feel that part is Baba's work, but whenever I read, I know that this is not me. This 100% is Baba. And another thing that I realized, Baba has said that whenever we do Baba's work, if we do it the way he wants it, completely selflessly, and not only is Baba working through us, but in that process, Baba is working in us as well. So in this I feel mainly in case of the essays, because Like the way it is that in my deep within me, I get a prompt. It's as a Baba is giving me a prompt on some topic. So, for example, humility. So I get a prompt to start writing on humility. And the way it would be that I would get an idea in me. Then to write it down, actually I would have to think about it and try to understand it. And in that process, that Baba slowly made me understand and also brought the change in me to understand what humility really is. Because when Baba gives an explanation, when he try to implement it, we realize that it is not just limited to what Baba has written. It has a lot of aspects when we try to implement it in the real world. And Baba uh, is that the inner guide. His inner guidance helps us when we really seek to love Him, to please Him, to live the way He wants us to live. Then He guides us, shows us to understand all of these various aspects. So that would have that some aspects related to those concepts. He would prompt me within when in the process of trying to write it down, trying to understand it. Once I implement it, which is very difficult, but to some extent implement it and also better understand the depth of what Baba really wants to say, what he really wants me to do. Wants all of us to do. So, well, now my mother will read some poems from my book journey.
Jai Baba, everybody. I'm just helping Dhruv by reading one of his poems from the book Journey. The poem's name is Grace. I stand tired from running in dark circles after false waters of oasis of comfort, only to find sand and more sand. Finally, I stop, having lost all sight, all hope of quenching my thirst. I see you in the distance, a small silhouette. All I see is a path walked by many, finished by few, through the desert as I walk on this road attracted to you. There stood an oasis of greatest sublimity. I walk and walk, the distance seemingly too great, until I see your footsteps, the ones I was following all along. And I see only you and you. Nothing matters now, as I see with renewed vigor the glory of your dance, and I find myself a dancer walking towards you, as you call to me into the rising sun, only to find me in you. I would like to read one more. I think Dhruv has requested me to read one more poem of his. It is called Frangie Penny. Frangie Penny.
So this poem, Grace basically describes uh, describes what I felt when Baba came into my life. Baba came into my life much earlier, but when during COVID, I really, what can I say, I really let go and just a minute. Sorry. When I really embraced Baba, not embraced Baba, when I accepted Baba, when I accepted my faith in him. So now this is the second one.
The second poem's name is Frangipani. Frangipani means champa flower. Okay. Frangipani. As I lay thinking of you, a fragrance wafts in the dawn of an imperceptible wind. A frangipani champa flower I recognize. As I wonder at its beauty and familiarity, I cannot help but think that you are there, a sign for a few. But for me, you are there, though you are not there anymore. Like the frangipani, I know not where it lies, yet there it is, just out of sight, out of grasp. Here you are with me, just out of sight. Your going left a little burning desire to see you once more and forevermore. And though I cannot see you, I know you are there. Reassured, I smile, and just like that, the fragrance is gone. And the moment passes, yet I know you are there, just out of sight, always there.
So this poem basically tries to express the fact that Baba is always with us. He will only have to look in our hearts and he's there, just there. And also another story that inspired this poem was when a young girl, small girl asked Tera Chankar that if Baba is with us always, why is it that we cannot see him? And Tera Chankar had never given a thought to this question. So he, I don't remember the exact words, so I might be a bit wrong, but it was something along the lines that that Baba is always Baba is more, he wants to show himself to us. The other is more he cannot wait to show us. But the thing is that are we behaving in that we are not behaving or thinking, acting or thinking in ways that would please him. So he gave an example to a little girl that suppose you're eating candy and you're not supposed to eat it. And suppose suddenly Baba comes there, suddenly appears. So what would happen? You would get startled because you know that this would displease Baba. So to not
Dhruv, can I sum up now?
yes, yes.
Now?
Yeah, just one point.
Yeah.
I just finished the story. So not to startle or scare us, Baba doesn't show appear to us. So that's a feeling that I wanted to give.
Yeah, and to finish Dhruv's talk, there is a poem from his book Solace called The Land of Mehrabad. The Land of Mehrabad. As I walk amongst the trees on the path by myself towards the hill, the wind sighs and the leaves, as if in joy, welcome me home with their loud rustle and gentle waving. On the hill, a squirrel squeaks as it flits around here and there, like my thoughts, and as they pass, hitter and tither, yet my heart, like an ancient neem tree, old and familiar, companion on the hill, standing, watching, pilgrims like me, is at rest there. A wind sighs again as I look at you, beloved Lord. Waiting for me silently, I can only weep as I dissolve in your loving embrace, knowing the purpose of my life fulfilled on the hill of Mehrabad. Jai Baba.
Yeah, Baba. So, sorry if I took so much time.
There are a few thoughts. One is I would like to salute you for your courage and your love for beloved Baba. You understood Meher Baba at a very young age, and I can only salam to you. Secondly, I've read a few pages of your book Journey, and I'm quite thrilled that your English is very good. You are a good writer, and I would only say keep writing.
Thank you,
And
Baba.
keep writing. That will involve you, and that will give us few thoughts from your end. And we thank
Thank
you so much for joining
Thank
group.
you. Jai Baba. Jai Baba.
And I wish you many more books under your belt. Thank you.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you. Jai Baba. Jai
Baba
Baba.
bless you. And thank you so much.
Yeah, and just one more point. Like if anyone is interested in buying the book, it is available on Kindle and Google Play Books, or you can contact me, message me on WhatsApp. My number is with Janice Auntie. If Zeenia is interested, you can contact me.
Sure enough, we'll do that.
Thank you, Baba.
Thank you again. Thank you for joining. Thanks to your mom as well. Thank you.
Jai Baba. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Jai Baba. Okay, we now have Maharukh and Zeenia Dalal. They will share their life story with beloved Baba. Come on, Maharukh and Zeenia, all yours.
Jai Baba, everybody. My name is Zeenia, and this is my mother, Maharukh. Today, Jimmy Uncle has given us this platform to share our journey over here with Baba and how we've come to Baba. My mother will first speak about her life experiences and how she has come here.
Good evening, friends. Good evening, friends. Jai Baba. Um, as requested by Jimmy Khan, today I will be sharing my experiences, though not much of experience. I've hardly come here since last few months, but first I'll introduce myself. I'm Maharukh Dalal, a Zoroastrian, born in a priestly family. So I'm inclined to spirituality, and my prayers have always helped me, and I've got invisible help always. Later on, as I grew up, I started finding the meaning of the Avesta prayers, and I got so engrossed in praying that I could pray for us together. Later on, when I met my husband, married him, we had the same thoughts uh, uh, um, about divinity, and we were always very much seekers of truth, seekers of God, who is God, and self-realization and all that. And we wanted to learn meditation. We tried many techniques of meditation, but failed. So one fine day, eventually, when we had gone for an exhibition, we came across a stall of, with banners of science of spirituality, and books were sold over there. Spiritual books were sold over there, uh, and it was headed by Sant Rajendra Singh Ji Maharaj. The lady on the counter explained us, and we were lucky enough. After a month or so, Master had come to Bombay, and we were initiated. And till now, we are doing that meditation. Some years back, my sister and my niece told us about Lord Mir Baba. And so my husband and my family, all of us went to Mirabad in Jimmy Khan's bus. It was very nice of him that throughout the way he was giving us information of Mirabad and Mir Baba and all that. I was impressed, but I was not having a feeling of closeness When I went to Mehrabad, I felt peaceful and calm, and read books over there, different books over there from the library. But still, I was not having any kind of experience. Later on, when I came to Bombay, I thought, as I had read in one of the books of Mir Baba, that a living Sadguru is very much essential. So I thought we are very fortunate to have one. But after some time, I was not able to go for satsang over here because they had shifted to Goregaon. So my daughter, who is a Mir Baba lover, brought me here at Baba Center. Since last few months, I'm coming here and feeling. I mean, I'm feeling the love of the avatar. Though not much experiences I don't have, but the prayers are very beautiful, very meaningful, and I love this prayer, O Parvadekar, and repentance prayers. That's it. I wish I could come more closer to Baba as days pass by. I will give my daughter to.
Jai Baba, everybody. So basically, my mother was very scared to speak today. So I have spoken on this platform before, of probably a couple of months back, where I had shared my professional journey and how art and textiles have inspired me, and how I link spirituality and teachings of Meher Baba with my work. But today, since my mother is here, as she has spoken about her journey, it has brought me into deep understanding about my life and my family's life. And so I will just share it with everyone here. My father, I would say that I'm very lucky to be born in this family with very wonderful parents who have always been having this spiritual thirst in them. And my father had served the Indian Air Force for 15 years, and later he got married to my mother. And they were so fortunate that both of their minds were very linked towards Almighty, and both of them had this question of why they are here and who is God. And especially my father, as a child, my youngest memories have always been of my father talking about spiritual masters, whether it was, he talked about Kabir, he talked about Mirabai, and many other masters. And his thinking was very simple, and it helped the entire family to nurture. I have my elder brother also. So we both were very fortunate enough that at a very young age, um, we could understand the true meaning of life, and that why we are here, and why we are existing here, and what is our true goal of life. So for me, from a very young age, I was very like my mother, I also used to go to the fire temple, which is our place of worship. And I would sit silently for a couple of hours there almost every day. And later, my niece introduced us to Meher Baba. Um, and that's how I started coming to Mehrabad. And now Baba has almost become, he has become everything for me. I feel very fortunate, and I feel very close to Baba at this point of time. Um, it's been a couple of months that my father has expired. He passed away due to cancer, and the entire last year has been incredibly difficult for us. Um, but when it came to my father, he was extremely positive and very in a very courageful manner he had faced this disease. And as a family, me, my brother and my mother had completely supported him, but he was exceptionally positive. He would always I mean, he had no complaints. And when like just a small instance, that when he realized that there was nothing much to do, we had already got ourselves he had got himself operated, and we had done whatever we could to get rid of this disease, but it didn't seem to go. And when the doctors had raised their hands and there was nothing further to do, I still remember one, we were leaving the hospital, and as I came down, we were just getting off the lift. He actually did a little dance and he said that, okay, now finally it's my turn to go home and it's my time to meet God. And so I am very happy. And you would ask me, why do you cry and why are your eyes red? It's my time to go, and everything is I have done my best to keep you and everybody supported very well. So there's nothing to cry about or anything like that. And um, whatever Baba has taught us, that, to not worry, to be happy. And so much he has spoken about life and death, and there's all the illusion that we are engrossed into. My father would teach that in most practical ways, whether it was my examinations or whether I was going abroad to study or whatever it may be. He would always be like, don't worry and don't take things seriously, don't take this world seriously. This is not our true home, and a true home is with God. So these small activities, all these things, these small things, small events in my life have really built me up to what I am today. And this last year, as we took care of our father, there were many, many difficult patches. And the most positive thing of this year was that I've never ever felt so close to Baba before. Throughout the journey, throughout this 1 year, I have felt Baba next to me, and truly, as he has always said and promised, in the most difficult times, he might take us till the edge, but he is there besides us. And it's about how intuitive we are to feel him. So um, this this year has taught me a lot spiritually as well. And yeah yeah, there was a lot of things that I learned from my parents, and I'm truly thankful to them. And now coming in Baba's fold, I feel very safe. And he has been this protective father for me. And that's about it. For me, when it comes to Baba and his teachings, I have understood that, and I have learned from my father also, that obedience and love for the master is truly important. And so, um, as I pray to Baba, as I do the repentance prayer, I always remember that as much as possible, I always try to follow Baba's teachings. I try to follow um, whatever he has taught us, and all those ways of Baba has taught us how to love God. So those 8 points and the 7 realities, I try to place them as practically as I can in my everyday life, and try to remember him in whatever I do. um, so that is about it. That is about it. Yes. Jai Meher Baba.
Have you been to youth savas? And if not, are you planning to?
Yes, I've never been to the youth savas, And this year, yes, I have signed up for it, and I am planning to attend it, and I have got a confirmation as well, for which I am very thrilled and also a little scared, because I am generally a very introvert person and people scared me. But it is I'm very thrilled because I know what Sahawas means, and I've read so much about it when Baba was in his physical form. And going this time will be no less. Baba will be there, and I am very, very thrilled to go there.
Did I hear you right? You said you are not bold and people will storm over you, something like that. Did you say that? I didn't hear you properly.
Yeah. No, just a little nervous about it. That's it.
Trust me, trust me, I know you for last. And the first time ever you, mom and dad traveled, that was when we together, right. Trust me, when you come back from this trip to Mehrabad in June, you're going to be a different person. You're not going to be shy. You're not going to be timid. People are not going to rag you that this is a love feast, and you are going to be a very different young woman. Trust me. You'll enjoy every minute of your 7 days, 10 days, whatever it is. You'll come and your mom will say, wow, you made it, you made it. Okay, thank you, Zeenia. Thank you, Maharukh, for joining us. Come. We have Anaita with us today. I'm sure we'll overrun by maybe 10 minutes, so please excuse. Uh, yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. We have Anaita now. She also came on the bus. How many years ago, Anaita? 2009 or 10. In fact, 2009 is when I started the bus trips. It's been 15 long years, and Anaita is all gung ho, ready to go. Come on now, shake it up.
Jai Meher Baba, everybody. Firstly, I would like to thank beloved Baba for giving me this opportunity to come here and speak a little bit about myself. To be very honest, I have been dodging this for the past few times, but last Thursday, Baba decided that he will pin me down, and Jimmy Uncle approached me and said, please do come. So thank you, Baba. Here I am. There is a lot to talk about. Up until last night, I was thinking, I don't know what I'm going to say. It's been so many years, and to be very honest, a lot of things I have actually forgotten. I don't remember them. I don't remember the dates, but I will give it my best shot right now. This morning, when I was on my way to work, all of a sudden, a lot of things started coming back to me. Though it was a very busy day, I didn't make much of notes, or just maybe mental notes. And so, okay, I'll start about myself. Um, um, Before I came to Baba, I have a lot of things to say of how I actually ended up with Baba. So, I have been a flight attendant for around 18 years, since 2004. Um, Before I came to Baba, my family, that is my mom especially, is an ardent believer of Sai Baba. And for sure, we all would worship Sai Baba, and uh, we would. Uh, we have been to Shirdi in the past when we were much, much younger. But there was a phase of our life. So basically, my brother and myself, we've had a very, very difficult childhood because of the family dynamics. And it was never easy growing up. Me being the elder one, I didn't have elder cousins to look up to, only my aunts, uncles, maybe. And anyway, things kept rolling. And um, uh, um, I remember this one trip that we took to Shirdi when I was much older. I was with my now sister-in-law Farah, my mom, and another old lady. The four of us, we had gone for this beautiful trip to Shirdi. And at that time, yeah, as I said, there was a lot of emotional upheaval. So in Shirdi, it was not as commercialized as it is now. The place where Sai Baba would sit, the stone, it was not covered. The Dwarka Mai, the stone over there, it was not covered, and we were staying at a place that is very close to the temple. So in the night, I decided to stay back for the cleaning over there. After the cleaning was done, we were allowed that place, Dwarka Mai, is open through the night. So I just wanted to sit there, and it was a very emotional outpouring of the heart silently to Sai Baba, telling him about the smallest things and all my fears, all my pains, everything, and putting everything at his feet there. And one thing that I want to say is when I put my head down at the stone over there, I felt a lot of energy. I felt a lot of energy there, right? Next day, when we were touring the place, we came across somebody, a totally random stranger. He started speaking about Sai Baba, and apparently he was associated with one of the families who was very close to Sai Baba. He took us around the entire village. Five families that Sai Baba was very close to. He actually took us to their homes. We saw some coins and some artifacts and whatever, and we had a lot. I mean, it was a beautiful day. And towards the end of the day, one thing that he said was, if you've come all the way over here, don't end your trip without going to one place called Shani Shignapur and one place called Sakori of Upasni Maharaj. Just to give you a little background, up until that time, I'd never even heard about Meher Baba. I didn't know that Meher Baba even existed, so to say. So we planned, I can't remember if it is the same evening that we went or the next morning that we went, but we did end up going to Sakori. We were, I mean, this is beautiful. As soon as you enter, there are a lot of pictures on the left and right side, a lot of frames, but I did not see Meher Baba even then. There's a beautiful frame of Upasni Maharaj with Sai Baba there. I did not see any of that. We took a tour. There are beautiful, there's a prayer, there are some sayings about Upasni Maharaj, very, very profound, reading all of that. And when I went inside, I was told to bow down to one place, like a cage-ish kind of a thing. And with all the good intent and everything, I just put my head down and I said, now Sai Baba, please accept my pilgrimage. And the same energy, the same whatever thing I felt when I bowed down there as well. Now the strip is done, we're back home, and my mom used to read about laws of the spirit world by Bhavnagris, and so we had a little inclination there, you know, apart from religion, to a little more craving about knowing more about this journey, or whatever you call it, that longing had just about started. So I started reading the Sai Satcharita. And as I said, because of the frame of mind that we were in, you know, my solace was just pouring out to him every time. So on one such occasion, I remember very distinctly, I was in my bedroom and pouring out with that book on my head. And I'm just like going on and on and on about everything. And when I stopped, suddenly I mean, my eyes were shut. I saw very, very bright white light, a kind of a path leading to a very, very, very bright light towards the end of it. And it became completely white, and that was it. It startled me and I woke up. That path had beautiful white rocks leading to somewhere and a white light, and that's it. That I remember very distinctly. That is one thing that I really remember. After that, there was like a tug of war within me. One was to kind of get to know about babas, and or somewhere, when I went to Shirdi, I did tell Sai Baba that please, let me get into one thing that I will follow. Please push me somewhere where I belong. I don't, I am unaware about a lot of things. So, so one part of me would want to go out and explore, and the other part of me would always say that these babas, they are all very fake and don't get into all this. So there was always this tug of war. So I remember very distinctly my husband getting us enrolled in one of the Art of Living programs. It was a beautiful program. It was like a 5 or 7 day program. But by the end of that program, it was somewhere around at Bandra. By the way, I was not married then. He was my friend then. We were just dating or whatever. And on the last day, my slippers got stolen from there, and I was like, this is not for me. And I never ended up going there. The second instance that I will talk about is my Masi, who just spoke to y'all a while back, Zeenia and my Masi. They were following a living master or a guruji, and she would always talk to me about him and say that one day I will take you there. And that day came when we went to somewhere in Bandra or Santa Cruz or somewhere where he was going to be physically present and just, I guess, give us his blessings or whatever it is. So okay, I mean I was not very excited. I was very neutral about it, and with an open mind, but I said, okay, let me go. We went, we reached the venue, and we paid the cabbie. When we were about to get out, I don't know, there was some kind of a miscommunication or whatever, and my phone was in the car. And as soon as we got down, I asked my master, do you have my phone? She said, no, I don't have it. There was another lady with us, and I asked her, do you have my phone? And eventually I left my phone in the cab. I was in no frame of mind to get into that gathering. And I was quite dejected. And I said, this is also not for me. I mean, God forgive me for being so blunt about things. But I said, it just didn't feel right. And I feel sometimes when things don't feel right, you should go by what you feel. You should really go by what you feel. So I left. I said, I'm sorry, I excused myself, and I went back home. So these are two instances where, somehow I did not end up going to these places. Now, coming back to my flying days, of course, this outpouring with Sai Baba kept continuing for a very long time. And then when we would be on our layovers, we would be sharing rooms. So a very senior colleague of mine and a Baba lover, Tana Zanbaf, was in the room with me. And she was very intensely reading a book, since the beginning of the layover. And then very casually, I just ended up asking her, what are you reading with so much intent? And she, I think she was just waiting for me to ask her this question. She started about I'm reading about Meher Baba and one of his disciples, Rustam Falati. He stayed with his Mandli member. All these words are very new to me, Mandli members and whatever. And for 11 years he stayed with the Mandli members. Forgive me if I'm going wrong anywhere with the facts, but she said that, yeah, you can just read it if you want to. I'm leaving it here. And then she left. And there were at that point in time a lot of questions in my heart, in my mind. The tug of war happening, but whether to go to these places, not go, maybe just stick to Sai Baba, just forget everything, follow your religion. Lot of mix of emotions, and also the family dynamics, as I said again, and me being far away from my family at the same time. A lot of things, mix of emotions, as I said. I picked up the book and I started reading it. Rustam Falati, being a very, very practical person, started, page by page and story by story, short stories, the real treasure. There are 5 volumes to it, and I believe that was the first one, very small book. And I mean, I was not reading it with that intent that, oh, I'm going to follow, or I'm going to, I did not even know anything about Meher Baba. But the crux of each story that was flowing by meant something. It was literally like my internal questions were being answered page by page, page by page, page by page. I ended up reading the entire book, and then I left it at that. I did not think of it much. I left it at that, and after, I think, the layover, I'm home with my mother, and she was reading this book by Nan Umrigar, Sounds of Silence, also about Meher Baba. And I think it was evening time. We were just sitting, relaxing, and she abruptly asked me, "So, Anaita, have you heard of Meher Baba? Anything about Meher Baba?" I just looked at her and I'm like, "Yes. In fact, I was going to talk to you about it. And I read this beautiful book." And she started telling me about the book that she's reading. I started telling her about the book that I'm reading. And she happened to say, "I believe there is some center, something in Bombay, some place. I think we should go and visit sometime." And you may call it coincidence, you may call it whatever. At that very moment, I got an SMS on my phone. "Hi, Anaita, Tana's here. If in case ever you want to visit Avatar Meher Baba Bombay Center, this is the address." And I told my mom, "Just have a look, and this is it." And that's how we ended up coming for the very first time to the center in one of the following coming days. Our dear friend Mr. Timtan Vania was the first person I saw in the center. And as jovial as he is, making a light moment out of everything, took us around the center. And right here, there was a very big frame of Mer Baba where he looks like Jesus, right? The young Jesus kind of a looking frame there. And my eyes fell on that frame. Beautiful words there. "I was Rama, I was Krishna, I was this one and that one, and now I'm Meher Baba." I can very safely and very strongly say this right now, that sometimes in life, you are looking, I mean, I don't know how to put it in words, but sometimes there are things that you just know to be true. You don't need any sort of explanation, any sort of convincing from any third person or nothing. Sometimes you just feel like, okay, this is it. This is true. This is whatever it is. This is right. This feels right. This seems right. We did the Aarti. I remember we did How Can One Fathom also towards the end of the Aarti. And I was very, very fortunate to have that first Aarti here at Center. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. And similarly, at that point, we still unaware about Mirabad or let's go to the Samadhi, nothing like that. One Sunday morning, my mom would have the habit of reading the horoscopes in Jame Jamshed. She was reading that one morning, and I think in that Jame Jamshed newspaper, her eyes fell upon Meher Baba's photo and Jimmy Uncle's ad saying that we are taking the bus to Mehrabad. And my mom came to me very excited, and let's plan and let's go. And really owe it to Baba and really owe it to Jimmy Uncle for taking this huge responsibility of bringing novices and nobodies like us and taking us and giving us this beautiful opportunity to bow down at his feet. And I mean, all the blessings to him, and thank you, Baba, as of course, thank you to him first. So that's my first trip. We all the way to, Mirabad. Jimmy uncle is so enthusiastically full of energy, telling us stories about his life and about Baba. And, just his name constantly on your ears, just knowing him. I mean, not, of course, we don't know Baba, but little by little by little. And my first time at the Samadhi, I cannot remember the year, I cannot remember the month, I cannot remember any of it. It was somewhere in 2009 or somewhere in 2010. But I remember the moment when I had put my head to his Samadhi. There was nothing much to be sad about or happy about or any of it, but tears just flowing. And it sounds so cliche. I've heard this so many times, but when it really happens to you, you know it to be true. I mean, just things coming out from your system or whatever it is, just coming out. And the same energy for the third time in my life I felt was at Avatar Meher Baba's Samadhi when I put my head down over there. And I can say that with all my heart that oh, this is where my self belongs. This is it. I take him to be my father. I take Meher Baba to be my dear, dear father. And I think we have run over time. Sorry, I didn't have a look at the. I have so much more to speak about, but yes, this is how I came to Baba. I think I should conclude with this. And Falu uncle 2 Sundays back was here, and he said something really which is stuck with me. I don't know the words again correctly, but something in essence where Baba is saying this to someone that हंसता रहजो, બરાબર સૂજો, બરાબર ઉઠજો, મારામારી ના કરતા, ને બાબાનું નામ લેતા જજો. My dear everybody, my dear friends, please take his name. And I think that is enough to sail through this one lifetime at least. Just don't, I have so much to say. I want to say one more thing. Please, we are all his children, right? But don't take him for granted. I have made that mistake once in my life. I mean, through the years now, 2010, and we are in 2025 in this journey somewhere. Yes, he did love. He showered me with love. He showered me with affection and all the protection, and making me feel so strong and like, okay, I can face the world now. You're with me. But then when he gives you that, that is the time you should really respect and value it and not take it for granted. Slowly and slowly, you should not. He will never let go of you. That much I can say. He will never let go of, but you should never let go of him as well. Take that effort, take that time out. I mean, no judgment. I know how life sometimes can be with corporate jobs and with your family responsibilities taking up all of your energy, but be selfish and take that time out for yourself, and take that time and to just be with him and remember him. You see, that is, I think now I'm trying to get back. I'm trying to take him less for granted and more seriously. um, I think I should conclude with this. Thank you so much for your patience and waiting for me to finish, Jimmy uncle. Thank you.
Anaita, you said, Falu said, Maramari na karta. You said that, right?
Yes.
Your husband is sitting behind me. Really? Oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry. I'm so sorry. I always mix up. Hello. You know Anaita? You know Anaita? You know Anaita? You know Anaita? Shall we go ahead with that? No. Let's not. Okay. As Sam would normally say, I'll let you go provided you kind of. I won't use the word promise, but kind of say yes to coming again maybe next Thursday, because I'm sure you have lots to, you yourself said, you have lots to kind of pour your heart out. So can you make it next Thursday?
Baba willing, yes.
Baba willing, yeah. Good. That's all I wanted to know. Before I wind up and we wind up, I'll take you back to MPR dining hall. I'll take you back to MPR dining room where we were talking one-on-one maybe. You started off saying Sai Baba follow, right? And as I recollect, almost verbatim, you said that once when you went to Sai Baba Shirdi one time, you kind of told him that Sai Baba, please forgive me. See, further on. Yeah. You tell us about that before we wind up. In particular, that you will now be going to Mehrabad. That
Yes,
part,
yes,
that part.
yes. So I recollect, if I mistake not, there was another trip that I took to. So basically, when you are a lover of, say, Sai Baba, I don't know if others have experienced this, but that made that you felt like, I felt like I was cheating on Sai Baba if I would, kind of be with Meher Baba somewhere. But this felt so right. This really felt, with all my heart, I would say, this felt so right. And again, torn between being with Sai Baba. Oh, I hope I'm not offending Sai Baba. I hope. We're so naive. Sometimes we don't realize. I mean, even now, I cannot say 100%, but what I know is, for sure I belong. For sure, wanted to have a closure on this. One of the trips that I went up to him and I said, I'm so sorry, Sai Baba. Now, I please forgive me, but now my heart is there and I will be going there. And somewhere, he also gave that kind of uh, go ahead, and it was like that. I think that time I was like, I can't basically that. So yes, I think there was some sort of closure there. And much later you get to know, when you start reading more about the role Sai Baba had, or about when people talk about it, that in essence it's all one. In essence, there was nothing wrong, even then and even now. And thank you.
Thank you, Anaita. Thank you, Maharukh and Zeenia and Dhruv. Made a wonderful day. We may be 17 minutes late today, but trust me, every minute that we have spent today has been worthwhile. Every minute, every minute. We'll wind up with Aarti and prayers.
प्रियतम अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। हे परवरदिगार, सबके राखनहार और सबकी रक्षा करने वाले, तुम्हारा कोई आदि नहीं है और न तुम्हारा कोई अंत है। तुम अद्वैत हो, तुम तुलना से परे हो और तुम्हारा पार कोई नहीं पा सकता है। तुम्हारा कोई रंग और कोई रूप नहीं है। तुम आविर्भाव से रहित हो और तुम गुणातीत हो। तुम अपार हो और अगाध हो, कल्पना और धारणा से परे हो, शाश्वत और अनश्वर हो। तुम अखंडनीय हो और दिव्य नेत्रों के सिवाय और किसी भी प्रकार से तुम्हें कोई नहीं देख सकता है। तुम्हारा अस्तित्व सदैव था, तुम सदैव रहते हो और तुम सदैव रहोगे। तुम सर्वत्र हो, तुम हर वस्तु में हो और तुम हर जगह से परे तथा हर वस्तु से परे भी हो। तुम आकाश में हो और पाताल में हो। तुम व्यक्त हो और अव्यक्त हो। तुम सब लोकों पर हो और समस्त लोकों से परे भी हो। तुम तीनों भुवनों में हो और तीनों भुवनों से परे भी हो। तुम अगोचर हो और स्वतंत्र हो। तुम सृष्टि के रचने वाले हो, स्वामियों के स्वामी हो, समस्त मनों और हृदयों के ज्ञाता हो। तुम सर्वशक्तिमान हो और सर्वव्यापी हो। तुम अनंत ज्ञान हो, अनंत शक्ति हो और अनंत आनंद हो। तुम ज्ञान के महासागर हो, सर्वज्ञ हो, अनंत ज्ञान रखने वाले हो। तुम भूत, वर्तमान और भविष्य के ज्ञाता हो और तुम स्वयं ज्ञान हो। तुम पूर्ण दयामय हो और सदैव हितकारी हो। तुम आत्माओं की आत्मा हो और अनंत गुणों से संपूर्ण एक परमात्मा हो। तुम सत्य, ज्ञान और परमानंद की त्रिमूर्ति हो। तुम सत्य के मूल हो, प्रेम के महासागर हो। तुम सनातन सत्ता हो, ऊंचों में सबसे ऊंचे हो। तुम प्रभु और परमेश्वर हो। तुम परब्रह्म हो और परात्परी परब्रह्मा भी हो। तुम परब्रह्म परमात्मा हो, अल्लाह हो, इलाही हो, यजदान हो, अहुर मज़द हो और प्रियतम ईश्वर हो। तुम्हारा नाम इज्जत अर्थात एकमात्र पूज्य है। हे असीम दया के निधि प्रभुराज, हम अपने सब पापों के लिए पश्चाताप करते हैं। हर एक विचार के लिए जो असत्य, अनुचित या गंदा था। हर एक बोले हुए शब्द के लिए जिसे बोलना हमें उचित न था। और हर एक कर्म के लिए जिसे करना हमें उचित न था। स्वार्थ से प्रेरित हर एक कर्म, शब्द और विचार के लिए तथा द्वेष प्रेरित हर एक कर्म, शब्द और विचार के लिए हम पश्चाताप करते हैं। विशेषकर हर एक कामुक विचार तथा क्रिया के लिए, ऐसे हर एक वचन के लिए जिसको हमने पूरा नहीं किया, और सभी निंदा, पाखंड, दंभ या लोगों के पीछे उनके दोष बताने के लिए हम अनुताप करते हैं। और खासकर दूसरों का नाश करने वाले हर एक कर्म के लिए, दूसरों को दुख देने वाले हर एक शब्द तथा कर्म के लिए तथा दूसरों पर दुख गिरने की इच्छा करने के लिए हम अनुताप करते हैं। हे प्रभुराज, आप हम पर असीम दया करके हमारे किए हुए पापों को क्षमा कीजिए और वैसे ही आपकी मर्जी के अनुसार विचार करने में, बोलने में तथा कार्य करने में जो हमारी असमर्थता सदा रहती आई है, उसको भी क्षमा कीजिए। यही हमारी आपसे प्रार्थना है। प्रियतम परमात्मा, हमारी ऐसी सहायता कर कि हम तुझसे अधिक का अधिक प्रेम करें, और अधिक और अधिक, और फिर भी उससे भी अधिक प्रेम करें, जब तक कि हम तुझ में मिलकर एक हो जाने के पात्र बन जाए। और तू हम सबकी ऐसी सहायता कर कि हम अंत अंत तक प्रियतम बाबा का दामन दृढ़ता से पकड़े रहे। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय।
भुजावे नार जहलत नी कर खुद रथ ने फरमा तू छलागी आश भक्तों ने के बख्शे नूरे मातू अयामुर शत मेहर बाबा चरण पर तुझ न धरिए सर खुदाना जात थी वाकिफ थई बै तो मेहर बातू तू छे लिख हकीकत नो तू आशिक भी ने आरिफ भी तुझे दरी याए वहदत मारिफत नो हो ही तूफान तू हमोर है रब ने सालेक पक्ष छे ज्ञान ईसतनु के तू पर महात्मा ज्ञानी छने मुख तारेर फातु खुदाना प्रेमनो प्यालो पिलावी मस्त हमने कर छे तुझ पर जान सदके साखिया पी दे पैमा तू हमारी नाव भर दरिए तरावे तो हमें तरिए हमारा ना खुदा मेहर बाबा छैनी के बातू हमारा ना खुदा मेहर बाबा छैनी के बातू बुझावे नार जहलत नी कर खुद रत्ने फरमातू छलागी आश भक्तों ने के बख्शे नूरे मातू अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय।
हुआ लहर से ही है जिसकी सृष्टि का निर्माण उसकी दैवी अनंतता का कैसे हो अनुमान आदि सचेतन शांति निकेतन आदि सचेतन शांति निकेतन नमो ब्रह्मा आओ मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनावो मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ प्रेम दीप में ही ये जलाऊं प्रेम दीप में ही ये जलाऊं निबिड़ अंधेरा मिटता पाऊं निबिड़ अंधेरा मिटता पाऊं अपना सब कुछ तुम्हें चढ़ाऊं अपना सब कुछ तुम्हें चढ़ाऊं तुम मुझको सरसाओ मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनावो मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ जीवन की हर सांस हमारी जीवन की हर सांस हमारी बन जाए प्रभु गति तुम्हारी बन जाए प्रभु गति तुम्हारी है करुणा कर लीलाधारी है करुणा कर लीलाधारी तुम करुणा बरसाओ मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ मेहर प्रभु आरती अपनाओ बने आरती जीवन मेरा बने आरती जीवन मेरा आदि अंत का लय हो घेरा आदि अंत का लय हो घेरा, खुले नयन और दिखे सवेरा, खुले नयन और दिखे सवेरा, तुम मुझ में छा जाओ मेहर प्रभु, आरती अपनाओ मेहर प्रभु, आरती अपनाओ। आदि सचेतन शांति निकेतन, आदि सचेतन शांति निकेतन, नमो ब्रह्मा आओ मेहर प्रभु, आरती अपनाओ मेहर प्रभु, आरती अपनाओ। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय, अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय, अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। प्रियतम अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय।
Thank you everybody for joining. Take care, stay safe. See you all next week. Avtar Meher Baba ki jai. Thank you Baba for everything. Jai Meher Baba.